So I spent $150 on Spotify Marquee a couple of weeks ago, and in this video, I'm just going to show you exactly what happened in Spotify for Artists and the impact that it had on my streaming numbers. So without really any further ado, let's flip over to the old computer screen and get into it. Alright guys, here we are at the old computer screen, and I'm in the campaign section of my Spotify for Artists. So I got Showcase, Discovery Mode, and Marquee. And so I'm here in Marquee looking at the results of the campaign that I literally just ran. So to recap, spent $150 in budget. I'll just click in here and show you the details, and we can go from there. So reach, the number of people who apparently saw my Marquee pop up, 6,144 people. Out of those people, 430 people clicked. So if I do the math with my handy dandy calculator, let's see what that comes out to in terms of a click-through rate. All right, so that is a 7% click-through rate. Converted listeners, the number of listeners who intentionally streamed the release after seeing the campaign, 254. Not sure how that is different from the clicks. I guess it's people who went on to stream it, so a little more than half those clicks went on to actually stream the campaign. So I guess this is the conversion rate out of all these people who clicked it. This is how many went on to actually stream it, I think. Let me just do the math. That's about right. So yeah, that must be 254 divided by 6,114. Streams per listener, 1.61. Intent rate, this is the percent of these listeners who went on to save or playlist it after streaming. So I guess around 25, which doesn't make sense because there are 45 tracks saved. Although maybe this is listeners and this is tracks. So I guess one listener could save multiple tracks. Playlist ad rate, 4.33. Total of 12 playlist ads. And these are the numbers that I'm most interested in, are how many saves did I actually get, how many playlist ads did I actually get, and how many streams did I get too. So 45 saves at $150. That's not great in terms of just cost per save. If I were running a meta ads campaign at a similar cost of $150, I'd expect to get probably double the amount of saves for that. But it's also not bad, I guess, compared to playlisting. It's pretty good. So that's what it is. All right, here's the details tab. This doesn't really show too much, but I targeted the US. It was going to the single page. Just shows you like how I set up the ad. These are basically the options you have for when you're setting up your marquee. You don't have too many options, and then it just runs. And then finally, I just want to show you what happened from a streaming perspective with the song. The Marquee campaign ran right in here, and you can actually see, like, this is when it was going. 50 saves coming on that day. 45 of those, I guess, were from the Marquee campaign. Notable is that almost all of the budget was spent on this day, on September 2nd. And so you can see, like, bam, 648 streams coming in, a little bit of a jump in playlist ads, not too much of a jump in streams per listener, but listeners, big spike from when I released to when the Marquee campaign ran. And definitely in saves, you see, boom, right there. So I've been spending on meta ads here, I'm spending like $10 a day. And you can see I'm getting like this many saves per day versus $150 all at once and got 50 saves. Although it said 45 saves were from Marquee, not 50. So 5 were probably from meta ads or something else. So in terms of takeaways, not bad, not great. I think meta ads are still a more cost-efficient way of getting streams and getting engagement on your music. But the nice thing about Marquee is that two things. First of all, it's pretty hard to screw up because the wizard is so basic. And if you have an audience where you're able to run Marquee, they're going to be able to show your music to listeners who will probably stream it. It's through Spotify. Like, there's very little chance that it will go horribly wrong. So meta ads can go wrong if you're new to them. Marquee, pretty easy to set up, pretty easy, guaranteed source of streams. And then secondly, Marquee, I think, targets a different type of listener than something like meta ads or playlisting. The people who would click on a Marquee for an artist, I think, are different than the people you'd be targeting on Instagram. So it's kind of just targeting users who are different on a different platform, so just reaching more people overall. And overall, after this experience, that's why I would say Marquee is a tool in the toolbox. I don't think it will probably be your go-to end-all be-all Spotify promotion tool, but it definitely works, and I am going to keep using it in combination with meta ads and with playlisting for my own music as I keep releasing things over the next couple of months. So that's my takeaway. Interesting, definitely drove some streams, drove some saves, still probably not quite as good as meta ads, but worth trying out. Now remember, if you're thinking about running Marquee for yourself, there are certain requirements where it's only eligible in certain countries. So I'll try and put a list on the screen of the countries where you can do it. And then you also need certain listener numbers. So I'll try and put that on the screen too. But yeah, if you're thinking about doing this for yourself, hopefully this video was helpful in just giving you an idea of what to expect and what Marquee is actually like. If you're interested in learning more about Spotify promotion, I have a free mini course where I walk through what I've found to be the only 4 ways of effectively promoting your music on Spotify. And then I also have a membership where I help artists promote music on Spotify as well. So yeah, would love to see you in both of those things. But either way, as always, here's wishing you good luck as you make and market your music. You've got this.